guys, my name is Sarah. I have lived full-time in my Airstream Caravel for almost a year now, and I have yet to give you guys an official tour. I'm currently having a Ford Transit van built out into my new full-time home, and that will be ready in just a few months, so I figured what better time than now to give you guys the official tour. All right, let's get into it. So I have the 22-foot floor plan, which I think is the best of any of the Caravel or Bambi models, but we'll get into that later. I'm actually gonna start outside. Say hello to my beautiful baby Arrow. She is 22 feet long, 8 feet wide, and 9'7" tall. On the front, I have installed a security doorbell camera and a motion sensor light, both with adhesive that have held up very well. There's also a small storage compartment on the outside. It is not big at all, but you can fit some things in it. And the most important thing that I can fit in this storage compartment is the bars that go to my weight distribution hitch. There's also a storage compartment in the back bumper, but honestly, that's very small as well. So I keep most of my outdoor equipment in my Jeep. Coming around to the front side, I have 2 propane tanks, a Husky. The propane tanks also have a connection if you want to hook up a gas grill. There is a power tongue jack, which is amazing in my opinion. It even has a little level that helps you set up camp when you unhitch. And there's also a connection for a portable solar panel up front as well. I have upgraded to 2 Battleborn lithium batteries that gives me 200 amp hours. I have 2 solar panels on the roof, including a 90-watt ZAMP panel and a 100-watt top solar panel. And there is 1 more pre-wired connection up there to add on an additional solar panel if you want. Coming over to the other side of the Airstream, I have the tankless water heater, the furnace, and this is where I would fill my freshwater tank. This is where I open up the hood vent when I set up camp so that when I turn the vent on over my stove, all the smoke can escape now. And the smoke alarm's going off. Oh, it stopped! Over here, we have the 30 amp smart plug connection, an outdoor shower. This is for cable, but I've never used it. This is the freshwater connection, and this is where I flush my black tank. And then we have the lovely sewer connection where I dump the gray and black tanks. Right now I'm so lucky to have full hookups, so I have the sewer hose connected, but if I didn't have full hookups, I would be storing it in a little storage compartment right here, and that's where I keep the hose when I'm not using it. There's also a little tiny light that you can turn on if it's dark outside. Thought that was cute. When I purchased my trailer, I also got the awning package upgrade. So I have an awning over my front door. I have one on this side as well and on the back of the trailer. My 22-foot Airstream Caravel weighs about 4,000 pounds unloaded, and its max capacity is 5,000 pounds. Okay, on to the fun part. Let's go inside. So from the inside, the height is 6'7", which is an awesome perk to the Caravel versus the Bambi, because when I toured a Bambi, the air conditioning unit was like sticking down from the ceiling, whereas here it is not. I'm only 5'1", so it doesn't affect me at all, but it makes it so much more open and spacious in here when you have taller ceilings. Like I said, this is the 22-foot floor plan. It is the best one out of the Bambi and Caravel series, in my opinion, because of how open it is. Also, with the 22-foot, I have the biggest bathroom and closet out of any of the floor plans. So as I walk in, I have 3 heavy-duty hooks right by the front door, great for jackets, backpacks, flashlight, umbrella, all of the things. There's a cute little whiteboard, and I love whiteboards, so I use it all the time. But of course, I erased it for this video because I don't want y'all to know what's going on up here right now. It's a lot. And then let's take a look at the front door and the switches by it. So the switches are on dimmers, which is super cool. I love this feature about, I don't know if they have this in the Bambi, but they have it in the Caravel. I've been so obsessed with these, I requested dimming lights in my van as well. So these are the living room lights. And then this one goes to the LED light strip underneath the awning out front, which is pretty cool. This is the outdoor light that goes to the front step. And then this is the battery disconnect switch. Coming over to the door, there are 2 locks. You have one here, and then this is the door handle. And then this is if you want to use just the screen and open up the door, which I can demonstrate. So I always open the door first and then do this and then swing the door open. It should lock. Yep, there it goes. And then in order to close it properly, I just pull like that. It's locked in. And then you close this and boom, screen door. Also by the front door, I have shoe storage. It originally came with just this one tray right here, but my little storage hack is I got a bin that fits perfectly, and then I have 2 layers of shoes. So I can fit currently 5 pairs in here, but that's because a lot of them are boots. If they were all just regular shoes, I could probably fit about 6 pairs of shoes right here. Coming a little further in here, I have a camera, also mounted by adhesive, easily removed. And then there is also a fan right up here, which is perfect. I use this one the mostest because I will stand here and use my mirror on my door, straighten my hair and blow dry or whatever, and all of the smoke gets sucked right out. This is the bathroom. Let's check it out. Pretty sweet, not gonna lie. So I love this bathroom mainly because it's not a wet bath. It's very spacious. I have a really good sized shower. I upgraded the shower head to oxygenic so it saves water. I also put a water shutoff valve on the shower head, and that helps save water when boondocking. There is a little mirror that swings out. I also put another adhesive applied. You're gonna hear the word adhesive a lot, but I also put an additional light up here, and it helps a lot when I'm like doing makeup or something because it just provides some additional light like on your face when you need it. There are a ton of cabinets and storage in this bathroom. I have this whole area underneath my sink, and I also have a sliding cabinet right beside the toilet. The toilet is a traditional black tank toilet. If you don't know how an RV toilet works, you press down halfway to fill it with water and then hold down all the way to flush. Boom. Some things I have for organization in here. I have a little bin that I keep right next to the toilet. I also have 2 shelves here for storage, of course, applied with adhesive. I can store towels here. I can hang things on the hooks. It's great for organization and maximizing storage in a small space. I'm kind of happy that Airstream put all of these in here because they are kind of an eyesore, and this way they're hidden in the bathroom. This is my Victron display, so it will show me how many watts I'm getting in of solar. It'll show me what my battery's at. Unfortunately, mine is not Bluetooth enabled, but I'm pretty sure it's easily updated if I wanted to. This will show me my battery level as well. I'm hooked into shore power right now, so looks great. It'll also show me my freshwater and gray water tank percentages, and then I can also check my black tank level as well. This is also where I turn on the water pump if I'm boondocking and I don't have a constant water connection and I'm using the fresh tank. This is the control for the tankless water heater. Turn it on, you can set the temperature. It's very straightforward. And then I can also change it to Celsius if I prefer. Light switch, pretty straightforward. The toilet paper holder used to be on the inside of the cabinet and it was really hard to reach. So I put one here instead. And in case you guys were wondering, it's applied with command strips, AKA adhesive. Exiting the bathroom. All right, the closet. I love the closet. I'm gonna miss my closet a lot. So I put a full length like body mirror on the door, which I use all the time, like I said, to straighten my hair, blow dry, makeup, you know, like all the things you use a mirror for. The top of it used to be a big open space. My clothes were getting stacked up super high and falling over, especially when towing. So I built a tiny little shelf. I also hang probably way more clothing than I should, but it fits a lot, which is cool. And then I also have some baskets underneath for storage as well. All right, let's check out the kitchen. I've put so much work into this kitchen. It used to be white cabinetry and I actually painted it myself. It is now Silver Marlin by Benjamin Moore. It is a beautiful like sage green silvery color. In my kitchen, I have a pretty good sized fridge. It's really sad right now, so don't judge me. Underneath the fridge, there is the breaker. If you blow a fuse, this is where you would replace it. There is also a propane carbon monoxide detector right here. I have the convection microwave, so I can actually bake in my microwave as long as I'm hooked up to shore power. I can also apparently air fry. I've never done that. There's like a lot of different cool settings on here that I haven't experimented with, but I mainly just use it as a microwave to just heat stuff up. Above the microwave, I have a 3-burner propane cooktop, and it also has a hood vent over top of it, which is really cool for when I'm cooking and smoke is not getting everywhere because it just gets sucked up right through here. The hood vent is also magnetic, so this is where I keep a magnetic spice rack, and I also have my little magnet mementos from the places that I've been. Right next to the stove, I have a good sized sink. There's not much counter space in here, so these little cutting board inserts are pretty nice to increase counter space when needed. The Caravel also has these super cute little bubble windows. I don't know what they're officially called, but that's what I'm gonna call them. I think they're super adorable. The only downside is that this one does not open. Underneath the sink, there is a cabinet and it has a good amount of storage underneath. I actually removed a little cabinet slash silverware holder that was here before, and I put this 3-drawer shelf here instead. This is honestly so much better than what was here before. I'm able to store so many more things. I also have little command hooks that hang all of my cooking utensils. Same with on the other side. I have some command strips holding up this pan lid, which is really nice. And then I also have a cookware organizer over here. Okay, we're gonna backtrack a little bit. So I actually do have more counter space than your average Caravel because I removed the TV that was on this wall. I don't watch much TV and I would much rather have more counter space, so that is what I chose to do. And honestly, it was a cheap little TV anyways that didn't really have that great of quality to begin with. So I could replace it. I still have all of the connections. There is a cable outlet, there's an HDMI outlet, just a regular wall outlet that can be ran by the inverter. And this is how you control the inverter right here. It's 1,000 watts, so you can't run any big appliances like a hairdryer or an electric heater, but anything under 1,000 watts you can run with this while you're boondocking and not hooked up to shore power. All of the outlets that work with the inverter are labeled inverter circuit and they are light blue. For example, this one above my sink is not run by the inverter. So if I'm boondocking, I can't use this one. I also upgraded to a micro air thermostat. Not by choice, I actually broke my previous one, but I got a pretty sweet upgrade out of it. It's pretty cool because not only is it touchscreen and it has a bunch of settings on it, but it is Bluetooth and Wi-Fi enabled, so you can control this baby from your phone. That way, when I wake up in the morning and it's super cold because I've been trying to save propane at night, I can get on my phone and turn up the temperature and make it nice and warm before I get out of bed. Lastly, in the kitchen, I have a good amount of overhead storage. And I organize everything with plastic bins. This keeps everything where it should be and organized. This also prevents things from like toppling over and just becoming a mixed up mess when I'm towing. Okay, coming over here. This is hands down my favoriteest thing of the entire trailer is the sound system. It is JL Audio. There are speakers everywhere. Let's see, I got 2 above the bed and 2 on the ceiling. And guess what? I have a subwoofer too. It's like the best thing ever. It sounds so good. You can even mess with like the bass and the treble and all of the things. So I love that about my Airstream. That's definitely something I am going to miss a lot. There's also a Blu-ray player in here. If I chose to keep my TV or install a new one, I could use the Blu-ray player. Unfortunately, it takes up a lot of space. So the only things I can really keep here are like my coffee. And this is a great organization hack, by the way, is these little pop tops. These things are great. My last little nook of kitchen items, which I'm gonna get way too excited about, is the trash can and recycle bin, because I've literally bought 3 separate trash cans for this Airstream until I found the absolute perfect one. I will link it below if you have this model of Airstream because it's perfect. And then I have the recycle bin attached to the wall with Velcro because there is a furnace vent down below and I want to make sure I'm not blocking that or causing a fire hazard, and I want the air to be able to flow out into the room and heat it up. Also, you can see I installed some peel and stick backsplash in the kitchen, and I also applied wallpaper to all possible walls in this trailer, and I absolutely love how it turned out. If you want to see how I did that, you can refer to my customizations video where I talked about all of the things I did to customize my trailer. Speaking of which, my absolute favorite and sentimental customization that I've made to this trailer is this beautiful English walnut table. This English walnut is over 130 years old, and it was planted in Eugene, Oregon, which is also the same city that I purchased this Airstream in. I went to the lumberyard, got it myself, and had a friend custom make this for me, and I even helped pour the epoxy. It is an absolutely gorgeous table, and the dinette can still be converted into a bed. I think this is one of the coolest additions to my Airstream, and it makes it so much more sentimental and unique, and I hope whoever buys this Airstream really loves this part about it too. This is a huge dinette for a trailer in my opinion, but the perk to that is that it converts into a good sized bed and there's a good amount of storage underneath it. There's a little bit of storage on this side, and then there's a lot of bit of storage on this side. Okay, last but not least, the bedroom. I have a full-size bed with panoramic windows all around it. It's pretty amazing when I'm staying in a boondocking spot, or even here, it's really pretty. It might not look like it today, it's very gloomy, but I love having windows around my bed, so when I wake up, the first thing I can do is open the blinds and let that sun come in and take in the scenery. Over here, I have my ukulele holder. These walls are actually removable, so I removed them to apply the wallpaper, and I realized how much more light it let in and how much more it opened up the Airstream. So that's totally an option, but I was not about it since I had just purchased this wallpaper, and that was the plan. There's also a really good amount of storage above the bed. I have lots of plastic bins, and I also purchased a shelf that I put in here to help maximize storage as well. I also keep all of my medicine, office supplies, and tools up here. There's also a storage unit in the headboard, which is where I keep another item I had custom made for the Airstream that matches the dining room table. It fits in this space perfectly, and it opens up into a desk that I can use in bed. This is where I am currently keeping my dehumidifier. I think the closer to my mattress, the better, because I am in the Pacific Northwest where it is quite moist. I also always have these moisture absorbing packs hanging all around, but I just took them down for this video. I just purchased some new ones, so I'm going to replace them today. I also have a pad that I put under my mattress that allows airflow, and it prevents any moisture from building up under the mattress. Right underneath the dehumidifier, I have a lot of outlets here. I have a couple USB ports, a couple regular wall outlets, and I also have another dimming switch. And this is also where I mount my Waggle pet monitor to the wall and my hotspot. This is also where I keep Rue's food. I found a perfect size bin for her dog food that fits right there, so I just pull it out when I need to feed her and push it back in when I'm done. Yeah. Oh, and there's a lot of storage underneath the bed. So this is what I call the dog den. A lot of people have called me out for not having a bed for my dog under here, and that's so cute because I have gotten my dog a bed and she refuses to lay on it or go in there. And as soon as I took it out, lo and behold, she's sleeping in there again. So no bed for Rue. She's just a weirdo. So I keep 2 bins in the back with miscellaneous items, bed sheets, hiking gear, all that kind of stuff. And then I keep a bin up front with my dirty laundry. And this is Rue's little sleeping area / dog den. If I didn't have this area for her, I could easily fit 4 bins underneath this. In here, there is access to the water heater for maintenance, and you could also add some extra batteries. I've seen a lot of people put them in that area, or you could store some other miscellaneous things that you barely need access to because it's a total pain in the butt to get in there. All right, so that is my official tour video. I hope I didn't miss anything. If I did, or if you guys have any questions, please feel free to drop a comment and I will do my best to respond. I absolutely love my Airstream and I've actually grown really attached to it. This is my first full-time home that I purchased myself, so it's definitely gonna be a really hard thing for me to sell. This is a very exciting yet emotional time for me. Giving up the Airstream, transitioning to a van, and I also just picked up a new contract in California, so I will be moving in a few weeks as well. There's lots of moving parts right now, but that's the life of a healthcare traveler. I don't get the luxury to plan very far ahead. Everything that happens in my life is very last minute and fast moving, and here I am transitioning into a new job and a new living situation. This is just the norm. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are interested in more Airstream van and travel content. There will be plenty more coming your way, and I will see you guys next time.